Yeah. How you feeling, Dick?
I'm good, dog.
Yeah.
What do you got in there? Fucking Jaeger?
You want a shot, though?
All the fucking time.
Alright, so 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't even have it on.
Cheers.
I just took another shot, Steve. Fuck! This big early. We'll figure it out.
And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Daniel's Best Podcast. I am your host, Rob Vega, a.k.a. Robbery, a.k.a. Dad. Before we continue, if you guys can subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and comment, I'd really appreciate it. Helps we keep pumping out the videos.
That's right, goddammit.
Today, I am here with... Hold on real quick. I'm here with my co-host, Evo.
All day.
And we got a returner over here. We got Feener over here.
He just might be a fucking... a normal.
We like it, yeah.
This guy,
yeah.
He's hired for the spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not substituting, but he's taking over Hollywood's spot.
Oh yeah.
A contender.
You know, yeah.
He's fitting the part well.
Yeah. So basically, what's going on is we have some other guests come in. I asked Feener to come too because I wanted him to jump on whatever episode we were doing because. Janine was coming with another, with her homegirl, with another guest, Michaela. She was going to be on here for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I think on the second one, we were going to do a second one, probably have you jump on with Michaela because Janine has been on before too. And talk about some stuff that we've been wanting to talk about with a woman's perspective. But, you know what I mean? Some stuff that we've all been into and shit like that or somewhat have been into because we don't want to make it sound misogynistic. So you know what I'm saying? Yep. So I mean, we got a bunch of girls in the back here, but they don't want to jump on. They're a little nervous.
Yeah,
they want to see it go down first. Well, Becca's high over here with the bolt-ons.
She just got the bolt-ons.
She's high off the perks right now.
She's gonna have to speak on the fucking bolt-ons.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna come on when she ain't high off the perks no more, and then.
Hey, don't forget to take your pill.
You need another beer? I would hook you up, but I'm on. Becca, you got it?
Live right
Becca
now.
with the bolt-ons got it. There you go. Hey, give her the bottle opener. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. The plan was to have Janine and Michaela start, but they're running hella late. So they about to do like 3 episodes when they get here.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. I'm about to be sleeping. You guys are going to be taking over or something.
I mean, I had to get up from my nap to get here at 7:30, motherfuckers.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I mean, I feel like I've had an eventful week. How's your guys' week been?
Shit. Yeah. How was yours, Fiend? How'd you start your shit?
Busy.
Monday Dragon.
Busy, just like all the fucking time.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of times, like a whole week is just a blur.
Yeah.
My schedule, I wake up, go to work. After work, I work on my own shit, on my own business.
Yeah, side shit.
And then whatever time I could get in, I'll try to get a workout in, or fucking like I went to the fucking dentist and got a root canal this week.
I seen that.
And then tell me why. Earlier today, I was at work, right? And then I'm fucking going up a ladder. I hit my head on a 6-inch piece of conduit. And then I was trying not to hit it full impact. So I kind of like, snapped my head back. And there was a fucking metal stud right
behind
there.
you. Oh,
hits me right in the root canal like area, and that shit cracks. And I was like, what the fuck?
Bleeding out?
That was today, dog?
That was today.
Oh shit!
But I took some ibuprofen and I smoked some bud and
yeah. Hey! The way you open those is you hit the corner, you just slide it off. Oh, y'all are cut off. Y'all are cut off over there.
Is that a fruit snack?
Yeah.
Out of all.
Jesus Christ. I was about to say, you doing that shit raw dogging, but you got the ibuprofen.
Oh, yeah. I had to get the ibuprofen. I'm fucking, I had to.
Yeah.
I felt that shit for sure.
Well, don't worry. Homegirl got the perks if you need that.
Yeah. I used to take that shit back in the day.
Yeah?
That shit would hit the spot.
You know what's crazy?
Never done them.
Dude, since we're on the topic of it, I was watching like an Adam 22 interview. I don't know if you guys seen that shit. It's like Adam 22 show, whatever the fuck, right? It's supposed to be a podcast, but now it's called Show. Okay. You know who that is? I don't know who that is.
No Jumper?
No Jumper. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one of his co-hosts, I forgot his name.
The black phone.
House phone. Yeah. He was talking about how like at one time he made like a jersey, limited time jersey, and it was like on the back said like perks or some shit like that. Like it was like Team Perks or some shit, right? He said he never tried them before, and he like sold and made like a fucking guap off just like off the perk jerseys, right? And then later on he said he tried them and like he, you know, like abusing them, getting high off them, and then he said that it's like the worst come down he's ever had in his life, and he's like, I would never do them after that come down, and he's like, I literally felt bad for putting that out in the world and making those jerseys and shit. I was like, damn. He's like, yeah, honestly, I regret that and I feel bad. That's why he's like, I want to air it out on the fucking on the show and shit, because he felt bad.
He's a schmuck for that, dog. How you gonna do some shit and
that you never tried it? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, I mean, hey, he made a grip off that though.
That's like you want to
do what you gotta do.
That's
sometimes.
like you being in a music video with Henny, but you don't even like it. What's up?
That's facts.
Fuck, dog.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
So what? So is that shit still hurting right now? Or are you good?
I'm straight, but I've been drinking and smoking all day. So
yeah. Oh.
It really doesn't help.
Yeah.
I mean, I smoke literally.
I feel like that would
day.
help though, right?
I think so.
That helps with pain. Yeah. Smoking.
The
smoking.
Yeah. I mean, because yesterday. Well, I was going to say yesterday I smoked all day, and I was going to tell everybody why. Everybody kind of knows why because of vlog. But
you're fucking
how was your week, first of all, though? And then we'll get into my week.
My week was fucking tight for some reason. It was cool.
Yeah?
It was a busy week, dog. We hit beach like 3 times this week.
Yeah.
I'm fucking toasty as shit. I look
tanned out.
Yeah, dog. I've been working.
Puerto Rican out here.
Yeah.
We look like Puerto Rican baseballs.
I'm good all year,
players.
dog. Just, hey, I'll be super tan in the wintertime. I'll be good. It was tight though, dog. I played baseball.
Yup.
Did you guys see that shit?
Yeah, softball.
Dog, I was getting that motherfucker, dog. I was like fucking. I was just hitting.
You know
those
what,
homers,
dude?
Doggy.
Okay, so like I've played a softball game with the homie Daniel and Hemet. Well, I don't think we played a game, but like we were just playing with each other at the softball game.
Yup.
Pause. And that shit was cool. That shit was fun. You know what I'm saying? And it's like. My brother also said that he plays like in a league, and that shit looks hella fun. And then when we went to go play in Elsinore, it was like a change of pace. Right. And I'm like, man, this shit's fun. And then we were kicking it with people like that we haven't kicked it with in a while in Elsinore and shit. You know what I mean?
A little weird ass nostalgia
and that's
feeling.
Where you guys met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. In high school, we met there.
Yeah, homies in high school.
And you guys grew up there in Elsinore, both of you?
Technically, in a sense, yeah.
I was there since middle school.
Well, see, I moved there. Yeah, like in middle school, but like I was back and forth in LA all the time and shit, visiting family over here all the time, like on the weekends, and then going back out there. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, right?
I was out there for like 15 years, dog.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I would say something like
I've
that
seen the
too.
motherfucker change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
It went like you know barely coming up, and then now it's like ghetto. Or am I tripping?
It's kind of always been like that. I feel like.
Yeah.
It looks good though. I feel like it's been a little healthier out there.
You know what's crazy is like a lot of people complain about that area, but like it's not a bad area to like grow up in.
Oh, not at all.
You know what right?
Yeah, I lived there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
It was out there, dog. I was over there by Terracotta, so that area was
too.
It was cool.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Everybody always like complaining from where they're from and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
don't know. What
I
is
used
that
to
shit?
hate on it though. I used to be
I
like, dog, this
mean,
place is fucking boring.
I was too, but like you're one of the ones that hate hard, and I'm like, whatever, dog. I don't even listen to you.
Honestly, I learned to like Elsinore, dog. That shit was home for a while for sure.
I mean, dog. Every time you talk about it, you're like, oh, I'm going to hell. Shut the fuck up.
Stop
being negative.
To
dog,
be
it's
honest,
just a shithole though.
Not
It's hot as
really,
fuck.
dog. Because I would go there as a kid when my brother and my sister were living out there. I would go out there to get away from the hood.
Yeah.
Because that shit was
okay.
like an escape, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over here in the streets as a youngster, and then my brother and sister be like, hey, let's roll, you know?
Yeah.
Just so they could take me off the street just for that weekend or whatever the fuck. And I feel fucked up because, like, they would always tell my moms, you know, like, you're going to lose this kid to the street if you don't watch after him now. But she never watched after me. It's cool. I mean, I appreciate the way I came up. But that shit was like a haven because, like, you would go there and it's just like nobody's
Slower
on the
pace.
corner. Exactly. You don't have smoke shops everywhere. Not crackheads and bums that might stick you up or whatever.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, you know.
I did the big change to moving to the city. I was like, damn, dog, it's loud as fuck out here.
Yeah.
Not only
It's
that,
different.
dog, yeah, I'm in the hood, dog. I'm in Santa Ana, dog. I had my truck broken into and shit by
You know what I
crackheads,
mean?
dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fuck kidding me? Shit, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is out here, dog.
This what you
Like,
want? Is this what you want?
Hey, but I even got my car stolen in Elsinore too, dog. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, but you were getting into trouble out there, dog. You were a little troublemaker. He was a little bit.
Well, you or solo with your homies?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I guess it was mostly me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the homies weren't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
A little badass.
Yeah, but
I was the instigator.
Yeah, you were the one with the always with the.
I was the one that you're gonna do it, and that's it. All right, dog.
Type shit. Yep.
Get in your car. We're going to LA. We're going to a car meet.
That's funny. It's funny because like,
dog.
yeah, I feel you. And it's crazy because when it comes to that, you know, like when I moved out here too, I remember. I mean, even like when I did move out here, like dudes would be hitting me up and shit. And now I feel like nobody hits me up. But I feel like I just know how to conduct myself better as I'm older. But I feel like I get more looks now because I'm bald. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It happens a lot now.
When I come to when I come through and I stop at that liquor store right there, I don't know what corner it is, I always see at least like two homies. And they dog me like a motherfucker. But I'm not going to dog them because, like, what the fuck for? Like, what are we, 15?
Right. Unless, like, that's just your lifestyle, but it ain't.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm like, fuck out of here with all that noise. I got shit to do. You know?
Dog, when they be doing that, I don't even look. I'm just like, whatever. Like you said,
I laugh, dog. Like,
I just be like, whatever's. Yeah.
What if you're with a female, dog?
That's different.
Yeah, it's a little different.
What if we with females?
And then, like,
dog?
low key, I give my girl shit about that sometimes because she is the only thing that makes me vulnerable.
Dude, that is gold right there.
And they don't get that shit. Like.
That's crazy.
I got into it with motherfuckers, and I'm like, fuck, why do you gotta be here? But not like that, you know? It's just, like, I care for you so much, I don't want you in this, like, scenario.
That's a trip.
That my attitude brings me in.
Yeah,
like, not all the time, but I'm not just gonna, like, back out of it, like, you know, all the time.
Well, the thing about it is your chick sounds like a good chick. I think what I was getting from what you were saying is something that me and him been through, is the fact that, like, when you're in a situation and they sometimes instigate it. And see, the thing is the dude who wants the shit, all you need to do is give him like a centimeter of instigation to just start some shit, right? And if they make that wrong move, then it's on her now. And I get pissed off that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And like we get put in a bad spot. And we could probably get killed off some stupid shit. You know, straight up, you know?
Trying to stick it up,
yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. And I mean, that's happened plenty of times for us, at least, you know what I mean?
Oh, dog.
But and it's crazy though. That's a different perspective how you say it like that though. How you're like, she's the only thing that makes you vulnerable, especially like in a situation like that where like even if it ain't her fault, it's like
all the time. It's
damn.
never her fault.
Yeah.
And like in that kind of predicament, because she knows how to carry herself. Like when I told you guys before, if I'm going with the homie, she'll be like, you know, I'll just kick it. You enjoy your boy time. Yeah. But she knows how to play her cards. She knows what kind of person I am. Yeah. And.
Yeah, I feel it.
It's just fucked up.
That's a trip, man.
Yeah.
The white motherfucking buffalo, dog. That is my white buffalo. That is for him.
Yo. And I mean, aside from the also how'd the rest of your week go, motherfucker?
Yeah, dog, no, I was like I said, dude, this is the first time I ever played a baseball game. Like I've hit like balls and shit, you know. I've just batted a couple times, but like never played a full game like that. That shit was fun, dog.
Yeah,
with boys and girls, with the homegirls too.
And then we got to kick it after.
Yeah, dog.
Was nice.
I mean, we had fucking kill the beer, dog. It was a lot of beer.
Fucking blunts going.
And it was a Monday.
Oh, you seen that, huh? It was on the vloggies.
But it's tight doing shit like that, dog, because that shit make my fucking week run, dude.
Yeah.
And then we hitting beach and shit like that.
That should make it go quick, huh?
Fuck yeah, dog. I'm fucking burnt right now.
And you're right too, because like I be like, dude, if you know, and he's always hitting me up too, like, oh, let's go do this. If I'm not with him, I'm literally working on this shit. You know what I mean? Editing or fucking editing a podcast, posting a podcast, making content, shit like that. So I feel you, because that should be kind of like a blur too. And sometimes it's like, all the time. It is a blur, but like, it's a motherfucking, sometimes it could just be a stress week. Like, just full, just goddamn, nope, go all the time type of shit.
I mean,
you know
work
what I mean?
is like that.
But
work
you know what,
stress
though?
Part.
I'm glad that we're talking about it, because I'd rather have that kind of week than, like, a destructive week or a idle week or an unproductive week. You know what I mean? I would always rather have that shit, you know?
Oh, idle hands, fucking, they're the worst things around, dog.
I got the worst one, bro.
Here we go.
One thing I learned: time is money.
Yeah.
Like, I know I said it before, but motherfucker, time is money.
Yeah.
I cannot stress it enough.
Yo,
It really is.
I fucked with that.
It
Yo,
really
hell
is,
yeah.
dog. For real.
Yeah, man.
Own it.
I know, man. And honestly, though, but that beach is kind of like therapy too, dog.
Oh,
Something
yeah,
about it, bro.
yeah.
I told you too. We gotta hit a beach day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
invited
him? Dog, I invited him. Many
I was at the
times.
beach last week, but see, my thing is, I really have no problem being like a lone wolf.
Oh, okay.
And like a lot of times,
Yeah.
like I'll just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just go by myself because I
Yeah.
don't know if it stems from when I was younger, like just doing my own thing, like
Yeah.
from fucking elementary.
Yeah.
But I could literally just be fucking 23-hour lockdown because I have been.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just fucking reading my newspaper, working out, just fucking.
That's a trip.
That is
doing
just
my-
chilling.
Just chilling, dog.
You know what's weird, dog? Is I always I honestly I kind of envy that. Cause
Yeah.
I've always tried to get in that space. I've always tried,
hard.
and what's crazy is the quarantine. Like I said, I thought I was good being by myself, and then the quarantine hit, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not even close to being able to get on that level. But what's crazy is like when you're in jail, you have to force it, or you can go crazy. No?
Oh yeah, because towards
Or
my
prison, I'm sorry.
Well, I was in both, bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
But at the end of my sentence, they had me on 23-hour lockdown because I was on what is that shit called? Like gang affiliation.
Oh, okay.
So I came from prison. I came from prison to finish a term for another bid on a case that I had started. Long story short,
Yeah.
I was on 23-hour lockdown. Now, when you step in that bitch and you hear the doors close, it's like it's trippy how it feels like your mind is just bouncing back and forth.
Damn, dog, I literally just pictured all that in my
for,
head.
for a
crazy,
second,
yeah.
because like honestly, the cell's probably just the size of this right here.
Yeah.
And you
Like
know
this
you have
little square.
you have your beds right there. It's probably smaller.
I would
But-
think so. Yeah.
But anyway. But yeah, it was a trip how I felt my fucking mind just bouncing, and it was weird, but you have to kind of control it.
Yeah.
Because your mind is a very powerful thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't focus that energy to something else, like I was doing 1,300 to 1,500 push-ups a day.
Yeah.
So I was maxing out like at over 1,000 burpees,
Damn.
just like knocking that shit out.
I mean, we got nothing else to do, right?
I came out like 220 swole.
Oh,
And,
God
220?
damn.
How tall are you?
5'10".
Dog, you 5'10". I'm 220 right now.
Hey,
dog.
he showed me a picture.
God
dude.
damn,
That
I
shit-
want to see that shit.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because I was working out with motherfuckers that were like been in there 15 years.
Yeah, oh,
And so
okay. They
like,
knew the
"You're-
tricks."
Yeah, you're hopping on this program. If you can't make it,
That's
let us
right, the
know.
program.
And you ain't never gonna say like, "Oh, that shit ain't for me." Nah, you're pushing that shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Damn.
That's a
dog.
trip.
So yeah, I got in that crowd and fucking. I just did my thing, and so when I got to 23-hour lockdown, it wasn't really no big deal to run program.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
running program, you wake up. The moment you wake up, you roll up your mattress, you put it aside, you make your cup of coffee. You know they call you out for yard. If it's sometimes the CO is a dick, and he'll call yard that 1 hour you get out the day. He'll
Yeah.
call it like at 4 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
So the rest of your day is shot because you
Oh.
hope that you get that 1 hour like at 5 or 6 to really have a chill ass night. It sounds weird, I know. But that 1 hour you get, you kind of hope for it like a movie.
Right.
You don't want to watch this movie at 4 a.m. when you're just trying to sleep and
Oh,
chill.
I
see.
You're trying to watch this movie like later on.
Oh,
and the sad
okay.
part is that movie is the sky, you know? You're
Yeah.
literally just
Damn,
watching the
dog.
sky. Like,
That's a trip.
Like, this is my everything right now, you know?
Damn. But like, okay, and it's crazy because we did a podcast, just me and you alone, recently. I think the last one, right? It was last week, I think.
Probably.
And we were outside, we were smoking, and I was telling him about my routine. And he's all like, you know what, dude, I think you're going to just do that forever. And I was like, but the thing is I'm happy doing it. Like, I love my routine.
That's good.
It makes me happy. And what I was going to say is like, when shit gets simplified for you in prison like that, was there a time where you're like you're just content just doing everything
Yeah.
in order?
Yeah. When I got stabilized and they, because for a moment I was bouncing around a lot. I was going through the system because I was still going through court. So before you get sentenced, you're really like bouncing around a lot. I think it's for each private facility or each jail to get money out of you before you get sentenced. Because once you get sentenced, you get sent to prison and you're just there for the rest of your term.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so I was bouncing around a lot, and then once I hit prison, like I was able to get comfortable. And it's weird because, like, being that my family are all gang members and fucking have history, so the moment I touched down, they were like, "What do you run?" And I was like, "Well, Southsider, you know, like there's no other option because there's Wood, which is the white boys, there's Paisa, and then there's fucking there's Other, and Other runs with the blacks,
right?
Because it goes brothers and others. So with all the brothers, you'll see like Asians and Hawaiians and this and that. But because the others run with the blacks like that.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah, it's
a different world, though.
Yeah.
Straight
that's
up.
a trip. It's crazy because I was listening to because like one of my favorite aside from Mike Tyson podcasts is Joey Diaz. Like that fool's podcast is one of my favorites.
He's a motherfucker.
Bro. Yeah. That was my favorite because like I like storytelling and like that motherfucker just he hits it on the nose. He's like the best storyteller ever, right? I mean. Joe Rogan always be talking about how he like the best storyteller in the world type shit. You know what I mean?
I think he's a little overrated. I listen to Joey. I listen to Joe. I listen to Brenda Shaw.
You're saying Joe Rogan's overrated? I agree.
A little
I would
bit,
agree with that.
You know,
I would agree.
Like,
it's funny because I find more entertaining people than the Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I mean? I mean, he's the pioneer for sure.
I feel he's a good interviewer. I don't feel he's so completely interesting and authentic himself.
That makes sense.
I feel like what he brings is like a good brain to ask those knowledgeable questions.
That makes sense.
You know, but himself, he's whatever. He's cool, you know. But the way they put him on that pedestal, it's like, you know, chill a little bit.
Well, I think the reason why they give him the pedestal is because he's the pioneer. Like, he's the first one that ever did the shit. You know what I mean?
I get you.
I mean, and like, you know, XG was the one of our homies from high school, like, started doing podcasting as a co-host for all these different guys because of Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? Like, Joe Rogan was the first one technically. But I think that's the only reason. Like, he's the legend for the fact that he's the first one, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then
that's where I fucking figured out all this shit.
And not only that, only to just he's like, when you think podcast, you think Joe Rogan, you know. So, but what was crazy is and like Joey, dude, that motherfucker's crazy. I love that fool, and it sucks a little bit because I recently got kicked off a job because I got into it with this dude with this inspector that I was working with, and he looked exactly like Joey Diaz. He talked like him. He was from Jersey, like
no
Joey. Puerto Rican, bro. I swear, he everything, bro, to the T.
That's hilarious.
And it sucks because we got in like a big ass fight because like on his part he was fucking up because he didn't have enough experience. He was like 60, and I felt bad because he's an old OG head, you know, and like we had to get into it, and then like it didn't end well and shit. But so it's hard for me to kind of listen to Joey Diaz a little bit, but
because of that,
a little bit. It kind of fucked me up, like because it was heated, bro.
Just say sorry, dog.
Look. It's hard for me because look, I mean, I know you've been through some shit, but for me, it's like, I respect old heads. Like, I respect my elders. That's my thing. You know, like I really like. I'm gonna teach that with my kids when I have kids. Like, that's a thing that I really like. And the thing is even if they're wrong, I never want to disrespect them. Even then, you know, I want to like hold them at a certain level of like
their value,
whatever. Exactly. I just like let them stay there. I don't want to even like test the waters with that. It's like, you've been through your life. It's like, you know, you've been through enough type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to know better.
Exactly.
So why am I going to tell you if you already set in your ways?
Like, exactly. And so, and most majority of the time, they do know better. They know what's up. So it felt a little weird. Like, for example, like I remember there was a time when I was like 18, 19. And 17, 18, 19, like, and me and my dad were fighting a lot, all the time in the household. And I started thinking ahead, and I started thinking like, it's gonna get to a point where we may fight, right? And I'm just like, what do you want out of that? You like, let's say you do beat him up, let's say you do win, then what? Like, I'm not gonna feel good, you know. Like, I don't even want to get there. I don't even want him to think that I'm over him. Like, I don't want that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, aside from all that shit, it's like, we got into it. It got really bad. And the worst part was that he was for sure in the wrong. You know what I mean?
That's fucked up.
And it sucked. And and I tried to give him a chance too, because I even pulled him to the side before I got crazy. I'm all, look, this and this and this and that, whatever. And then he made another bad choice, which then allowed me to confront him. And then it got bad after that. And then I just left. But
that's good. You said something, and
I tried.
Did you realize that you didn't want that confrontation from your pops while it was happening, or did you blow him off and then you realized it later?
The second one.
You realized it later?
With my dad, with the dad part. Yeah. Like we were getting into it a few times. We for a while we were doing it, and it kept escalating. With the words and the things that we were saying back and forth. And I just started randomly thinking okay, it could go there. Am I ready for that? Yeah. And then I would leave it there, and they would keep getting into arguments, and I just kept thinking about it, and I'm like, well, when it does go there, then what? How are you gonna feel if it does get there? What do you want out of this if it does go there? You know what I'm saying? I kind of just started rationalizing it like that.
That's crazy.
I think because you were younger, it didn't hit you sooner. But I had that situation recently.
Oh, really?
One of my close homies, I told you off air.
Yeah.
We were getting into it. He's a really aggressive drunk.
Right.
And he really pushes everybody's buttons.
Yeah.
When he's fucked up. And the fucked up part is he'll be drinking all day, every day, whiskey, from morning to night.
Yeah.
And it was a homie's birthday, and we're having a good time. And then he started tripping on me over some dumb shit. And then I just remember being too fucked up to fight. I'm I get this fucked up only around people that I have love for, because it's I'm only letting myself get this vulnerable,
right? Because
I trust you, motherfuckers.
I fuck with that, yeah. I can understand that.
And so when I caught him on the flip side, slipping, he was walking past my mom's, and then I was running an errand, dropping some shit off at my mom's pad.
Yeah.
And I seen him walk by, and then I was like, hey, motherfucker, get over here, dog. What's cracking? What's up with you, And I took off my hat and my shades, ready to square up, right in the middle of the fucking street.
Uh-huh.
Cars were coming and shit. And I'm squaring up. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this?
Right.
And
you had the realization in the moment?
Right there, because I looked at him. I was like, this fool, his problems are far more beyond whatever that bullshit he was thinking about that night.
Yeah.
He has real addiction problems, or maybe bipolar. Who fucking knows?
Yo.
And you're mixing that. It's a dual diagnosis where it's you have bipolar and addiction. And I really, deep down in my heart,
traumas.
I've known him since we were kids and his family. And I told him, I was like, what the fuck are you? And he still couldn't give me an answer that day. And we're in the middle of the street, fucking fist up, ready to go.
Yeah.
And he was still giving me nothing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? I can't do this,
Yeah.
And so from that point on, I started to realize I can only involve myself with people who are going to uplift each other on a positive way. Because it's if you're not doing that, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
We're too grown to be having these problems. If you got issues and problems, I can't fix them for you. You got to fix them.
Facts.
Because I've been in that shit where I'm on drugs all day, every day. Pretty much everything you could think of besides heroin.
Right.
And I'm running up and down the streets, and I know I got my own fucked up issues from since I was a little kid. And it's you got to really be able to acknowledge that shit and deal with it, because really nobody's going to help you fix that at the end of the day. Cause when you're a kid and you're looking for drugs, some parents will be like, here's money to go get them, because if I don't give it to you, you're just going to get it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up, but
yeah.
It's really bad.
I feel that. Sad. I mean, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, that's good. I mean, I don't think there's a time limit for anybody. It's if you can realize that, whatever. I mean, we're in our 20s, you know what I mean?
Yep.
The fact that you realize that, especially the way you came up, it's that's cool. You know what I mean? That's good that you're able to come to that realization early on than later or whatever. You know what I mean? And
well, I think it was a good and a bad thing. I seen all my older brothers go through addiction and gang banging, and it really set the tone for me when I was growing up. That shit is not for me.
Yeah.
I want to make money.
That's a trip that you rationalize that.
Yeah, I want to make money, because if you're fucking beefing with this hood, you're beefing with this clique, how am I going to be able to profit off that click? How am I going to be able to sell them drugs and whatever not?
You see a different type of
if I'm not if there's a border where I can't go over there and sell them drugs or whatever it might be, like, now you're creating walls for yourself.
That's true.
Just because you want to be in this little box and claim this cornered block, like, what the fuck is that? Yeah,
right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it is a trip. How you came around to your realization to that. You know what I mean? It's a trip. And so what I was saying though, back to the Joey Diaz shit. What I was listening to him, what he was telling me was, well, what I got from it was I was on my way to work. I'm pretty sure I was like in the midst of like my hardest time during the quarantine. I was just doing whatever, kicking it with whatever chicks, just fucking wilding. Yeah, I was working, like not sleeping and shit.
Oh shit!
Like I would just be like kicking it all night, you know, with some chicks, and then just wake up, or not even wake up, just get ready to go to work, and then like do that for a couple days. You know what I mean? And I was on my way to work, and I was listening to a Joey Diaz podcast episode, and he was talking about how he was like, you know, he was talking about like what he does. It sounds so simplistic, you know. He was talking about like, you know, his working out shit. He's talking about like his routine on how to get through the quarantine and shit like that. And the thing is like, it sounds easy. It sounds like the way he's like breaking it down and shit like that. But what's crazy is like he was even saying like even in his routine and the certain things that he didn't want to do, like he would just cut it in half. He's like, as long as I'm doing it, like, because it's keeping me on my routine. Yeah. Aside from that, that was kind of like a way to help him stay on his routine. Was he also mentioned that he was in prison? And he said like, dude, when quarantine hit, I just went back to that. And it's like, I know how to get in. Funny. You know what I mean?
Because they sat us out for a couple weeks, and it reminded me of prison. Because in prison, dog, it feels like Groundhog Day. Every day feels the exact same. Because you got
that's a trip.
Homeboy that's been sitting watching the news at 4:30 a.m. for 10 years, and every day he does the same fucking thing.
It just keeps you from going crazy, though.
And it really does.
Yeah.
Well, because I feel like if you have that routine, you know how the time goes. You time yourself.
But just it also gives you like a reason to just do whatever you got to do or whatever, you know. Just
that's probably how they pass their time, by scheduling their fucking day and shit.
Yeah, you have to schedule shit to be busy, because if not, you're thinking about my girl that just got in a car accident. You're thinking my sister that's, you know, might lose her pad. You're thinking like, and there's so much shit going on in the real world where you're pretty much kind of non-existent.
Yeah, technically,
they pretty much pick you up and take you from your living and put you in this box for however long it may be.
Yeah.
And I knew some that were going through the Smooth program, so they were in there, I think, like 23-hour lockdown, no radio, no TV for like 15 years.
Fuck.
And then when they finally got out to General Pop is when I seen them. And so
that's a trip.
And it was crazy because like you really see what the human is, the human mind is capable of. You know, because a regular or subpar human would just go literally insane.
Yeah.
And I have seen people go insane where they're rubbing shit all over the walls, or they're not eating, or they're fucking throwing their food and throwing their piss on the CO.
Yeah. And that just sounds scary to me, dog.
Like,
losing
you might think, that motherfucker's psycho, but the human mind, because it's so capable of so many things, it's also so destructive on so many ways.
Right.
And so, it's just a mind fuck sometimes.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Remember to
and that's the thing, too. And it was crazy because when I was driving and I was listening to that, I was like, I'm doing this whole shit wrong. Like, I'm fucking up. You know what I mean? It's like... Well, because like I said, like I was like staying up late. I was just kicking it with different chicks all the time, like just on some shit all the time too. You know what
I wouldn't
mean?
say fucking up. Everybody has to go through their trial and errors.
Well, see, but see, the thing is like before the quarantine, I had like that's not what I go to, that's not what I do type of shit. You know what I mean? And when the quarantine hit, I knew. I mean, I didn't know until. I mean, I kind of knew I was doing wrong, but like. I just knew it wasn't me, but like I didn't know what else to do because like the quarantine was just kicking my ass like that, just straight up, you know. And I didn't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a trip. So when I was hearing it, it kind of helped me. Like, all right, you're not how you handle this. You know what I mean? There's better ways of handling this, and there's people that are doing it, and there's people that are handling the quarantine shit better than you. You could be that, but you ain't doing that. You know what I mean? You ain't
yourself.
Exactly, you know, and like you ain't working out no more. You ain't sleeping. You just wilding.
Like
I was definitely, I was definitely drinking.
No, I was just wilding, like partying on drugs.
At least work out, because that workout shit for me, it's more of a mental release.
That's me.
Than anything more than games, more than fitness.
Yo, facts.
Like for me, if I'm not working, if I don't get a workout in at least like 3 times a week, like. It feels like there's this bubble in my mind that just has to be released, whether it's working out or fucking a conflict or some shit. Yeah, that shit has to get released.
No, and that's the same with me, because right before quarantine hit, like I was hitting this wall when I was working out, because working out has had the same effect on me for like since I started when I was like 19 years old or 18. So I've always used it. Like at first it was about games, maybe like the first 2-3 years. After that it was more about like the mental shit, right? And then since then I always knew it was more about the mental shit for me than the games or anything like that, like you said. And right before the first quarantine hit, I was hitting like a thing where it wasn't doing it for me no more, and I don't know why. And it was getting like kind of crazy, because all right, well, where am I going to get my release from now? You know?
And you know what that is? That's your endorphins that are going off. And when you're not hitting that reward center, when you're not working out no more, you're looking for another reward that'll fill that sensation.
See, and that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying before the quarantine hit, I was still working out, and it wasn't hitting no more. I don't.
Maybe you just hit like a plateau effect, dog.
Well, I think I was going through a lot of other shit because I was right before. When I started going to my therapist, and he started helping me figure things out a little bit and shit like that, and that's just how I dealt with it. You know what I mean?
Like, we weren't doing anything different though, dog.
What do you mean?
It was weird. Like,
but it was more. It was more about me. It was more about where I was at. It was more about like my job. It was more about being. I was still by myself a lot. Yeah. You know. I didn't know. You know.
You weren't really kicking at the time. Like,
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Before quarantine, I was still like going through my shit a lot.
We were both just on our own deals.
Yeah. You were seeing a therapist?
No, wait. I saw a therapist when quarantine hit, and then I started wilding out really crazy, and I started doing drugs I never normally did, and I started staying on drugs for a long time. And then the thing that hit me was I don't know, you probably seen like the little clip or the vlog or the podcast with Javier. He was wearing yeah, so right there was when we went off-roading, and I did too much coke, and I was like coming down for like 2 days. And I knew, because I knew that I'm not the type of person to reach for drugs to like escape anything, and I knew I was trying to escape something, and like I just knew I was off, like because the gym wasn't working, like I said before. You know what I mean? And like I said, coming into the quarantine, I was already going through shit, I felt like, and then when the quarantine hit, it just hit me like a fucking brick wall.
Shit.
And then I just
like
started.
How he was saying, you know, the trial and error type shit. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely an experience. Exactly, like
because it was. Who was going to be ready for fucking quarantine? Nobody, dog.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
I'm sure it affected a lot of motherfuckers too. Bro,
yeah,
you know?
and yeah, I guess it did have to come up like an experience wise of like I have to handle whatever I'm going through differently because this ain't working. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So and then I decided to go see a therapist because I'm just like, I don't know where to go from here, because I always like self-medicated myself. Like I always did my own research. I always did this. I always did that. Like I always like looked into shit because I just like I wanted to know. You know, I wanted to figure it out for me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But and then I got to the point where I was like, yeah, I definitely need help because shit's getting bad, you know.
That's
and
good,
I don't know how to stop it, you know.
I was just getting stoned to the fucking bone, dog.
You know, and I was, but see that even that wasn't working, dog. I mean, before quarantine, I was getting stoned all week because it was keeping me from getting extremely destructive. The stoning and playing games and watching movies was like helped me stay like neutral. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then, I mean, if I wasn't doing that, then it just started getting harder when the quarantine hit or whatever.
Yeah, that shit did something different to me. I kind of like slept my whole weeks away, pretty much.
But weren't you coming right off a breakup still?
No.
I was like 6 months before.
Nah. Oh well.
Yeah, that was like 6 months after your breakup. So I think you were still kind of going through.
I mean,
it,
yeah, I kind of was. I mean, I still am.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, I feel. I mean, that's a long time. It's like a morning shit if you think about it.
Yeah, dog. I always wake up feeling like, what the fuck's missing type shit.
Yeah.
And also at night, it kind of hits the most.
Isn't that a trip?
it definitely does.
It's like everything's just chilling. And you're just by yourself. Yeah, you're right.
I can say till this day, it's still there. Every day I think about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing is like you can't think that it's gonna go away after a year when you've been in a relationship technically for almost 10 years.
That's why I feel like I'm just probably just gonna move the fuck on, dog. Just
you have.
Maybe start dating.
You have
shit,
to also
you know?
deal with that because those thoughts come in your brain. It doesn't mean you feel for her. You're always going to have that love because she has such a deep impact on your life.
Yeah, definitely.
So that doesn't mean you don't have to look at her like a girlfriend perspective. At night when these thoughts come in about her, you might think like, oh, the good times. Nah, you could take that with a grain of salt and just remember like she made this impact in my life to make me a better person, to make me a better man for the future.
Facts.
Which yeah, it's
and
facts for sure.
It's crazy because when I do think about past partners or exes, I think about them in a light of like, in a good light actually, kind of like that. More so in like I get to start over. I'm glad she's doing well, and like my happy shit's coming, my good shit's coming, type of shit. You know what I mean? And the thing is I remember when we were on the way up to Big Bear, we were fucked up on our way up there, right? I told you I was like. Like, I know, like I understand that was a hard situation, right? It's like from here on out, like your life doesn't have to like be downhill. You know what I mean? Like like whatever the peak of this, there's something better out there.
It's just like a leech, though, dog. Like you can forget about it for a cool minute, but the motherfucker just gonna come back.
It takes time,
like,
dog.
Like anything, dog. Like
it's not gonna take a year. I'll tell you that.
No, fuck no, fuck
to get over it. You know,
everyone always tells me that. Like, are you even over it? Like,
no, yo. I mean,
I'm not over, but I have to get over it.
Yeah,
and I got no choice.
And like you said, you know how you got to a point where you're like, fuck, I had to get over it now. Like I have to start dating. But see, you got to get to that point. You have to go through your stages of like the mourning. You got to get to the stages of accepting. You got to get to the stages of like, you know what, I'm ready to go forward now. It is what it is.
I guess I haven't really got that yet.
And if you,
but it's coming.
Sure. If you do still have feelings, you got to know how to like compartmentalize all those feelings to where they go. Those feelings are not going to go in the girlfriend pile anymore. Those feelings are going to go in the growth pile. Because now you just really hope nothing but the best for her. Yeah. Because I know how it feels, dog. Oh, yeah. When I first joined the company, he was going through his breakup and shit. Yeah. And then I was also like, I had came off a relationship with that girl I mentioned that she was with me when I was busted, and she was the only one that visited me and all that shit. So forever she'll have like a place in my heart, and like at some point I felt indebted to her and guilty as a motherfucker. Yeah. Because she was putting money on my books. She was visiting me when literally nobody was. Yeah. And like you got to learn how to like just differentiate that shit, because if you don't, that shit's gonna eat you alive. It does, dude. That should be holding me back a little bit. Sometimes, it will. Fuck it. Until you learn, you got to just grow from it.
And I think he's just going through that process of like learning how to compartmentalize it. You know what I mean?
It's just also like my job is what gets me there. Like I have a lot of time for myself since we work alone and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'll be in a room by myself all day.
But sometimes that's like the best. That's sometimes like the best way to start learning how to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I do kind of play with it a little bit. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll let it hurt today. Fuck it. It's Monday. I'll let it hurt today. I don't give a fuck.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's just how I feel sometimes, bro. It's just some days I'm just like, I'll feel like this. Fuck it.
It's crazy because I've said it before, but like what I used to do with my exes is when we break up, I would like think about her in the worst form that I would want to see her in. What I mean is like with someone else doing shit, having sex, doing crazy shit, and I would just keep thinking about it until I get desensitized by it.
Oh, okay.
I just let it hurt. I just let it eat me.
That's true.
I just keep doing it. I just keep, But right after the breakup, I do it instantly. That's when it hurts the most. Right, but see, that's what you want. I mean, that's how I did it. You know. True, and I would do it the best when I'm at work, when I'm slaving, or I'm in the sun, or I'm getting yelled at. I think about it. I just keep thinking about it, and then literally, it only takes for me a couple of hours because I'll get detailed into it, and then it just stopped hurting. You know what I mean? I just wake up one day and like couple days, couple weeks, it just stops.
No, that
helped me get over it.
Well, see, those that what you just said is what I'd be thinking.
Yeah,
the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That
the
shit.
worst, dog.
But it's weird.
Like, how much more can that shit hurt?
But what's weird is like, look, like one thing I will tell you is something that it's unexplainable, because I don't know about women, but I know for men go through this at different times of their life. Like when I was going through it, especially when I was working, something like through my ancestors and like what have created me now is like, while I'm working, I think about that shit. My spirit makes me like proud that I'm still working past it and I'm trying to get through it. Like I almost have like a positive like North Star somewhere that's helping me like still push and like you know what, like this is part of life and like you getting through it.
You don't think that's just mental though?
Probably,
it's just all
but see,
though.
it's not the only thing that I feel like that in. I feel like that in different situations. Like when shit's like at its worst, and I still wake up every day and I go to work, I feel like that. You know, and
where your spirit is like strong enough to lead you through that hall.
But the thing about it is that's how we even made it here, because like the things that created like our society and our cities is like the human spirit. Because if you think about it, the only thing that created it is like blood, sweat, and tears.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is willing to go through that to create something like animal? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like humans have a spirit that other animals don't have. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, of course.
And it's like that's something that's like unexplainable. That's the thing that gives you like energy when you don't have anymore. That's the shit that gives you strength when you don't have anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, I've just been tapped into it before. So for me, I feel like I can kind of speak on it on the sense of like some people don't know what that is, and like when I say it now, they're like, all right, that's what that is. Let me lean into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like I've been able to get into it through women and shit like that. And it kind of helped me desensitize myself through a lot of shit.
But
you know?
Like going back to that, like that's what I be fucking thinking and shit sometimes. Like, dog, that shit would just be like, what the fuck? Like, why is this going on right now, dog? Like, what is it? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, dog. It's just the trip.
It's your passion. You have to let your passion drive you when your drive is no longer there. Because if you don't let your passion drive you, then what are you letting, lead your way?
Yeah. And the thing is like, today I just edited the Janine podcast with me and you and Janine, and we talk about a little bit about that. Okay. And basically what it touches on is like, it's like you need a break, right? But the thing is like I always need like a end goal, always though, because if I don't have that, I'm idled. You know, I got like idle time, idle hands. But like, cause you always tell me like, why can't you just chill? And basically it's cause like I always need to know where I'm going. You know, whatever it is. You know, whether it be like physical goals or mental goals, spiritual goals.
I'm the same fucking way.
You need that.
I have to have like a goal and I have to have like shit on my agenda about what I'm gonna do for my business. Like for instance, right now I gotta switch over my website from Big Cartel to Shopify. I gotta refurbish a bunch of shit, and it's like I have to have something pending. If I don't have something pending and I have that void just there, that shit will eat me alive. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And then you start to build that like self resentment, and you're like, really, what am I doing?
You're
with
lagging
myself?
it,
and I'm like, I'm falling behind. But then you see a motherfucker in the street that like follows you and shit, be like, hey dog, I see you doing your thing, this and that, and it's like, thank you, dog.
Feedback.
I appreciate that, because to be honest, I might need that shit that day. And a lot of people might not see it, but it's like that
for
shit,
real.
Just the little shit.
That shit means a lot.
I know exactly what you're talking about, 100%. That's facts, bro.
It's like us when we get the comments, dog. Like, fuck it.
Like,
all right, let's do
you guys
this now.
get good love. You guys get good love.
For real, man. It's crazy,
It's
man.
a trip.
You know what's crazy?
Cool.
Look. I don't want to like. It's just amazing to me because, like, off jump, we always got good feedback.
That's what I noticed.
You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy?
That's a trip, because some people have zero feedback, but I think it's because,
or at least negative shit.
Oh yeah,
at least you know what I mean. But like, I mean, and not only that, people just don't want to be rude. I get it. You know what I mean. But like the fact that, like you said, at least 0 or negative, but it's like all good shit been, and like shit. You know, I'm grateful for it because like I don't know how long I could do this shit, you know what I'm saying, bro. And you know what's crazy too is when you were talking about something about pending, I'm glad you said it because I've never verbalized it, but I'm glad that like we're verbalizing it now because I actually hate when shit's pending. But when I don't have shit pending, I hate that more.
Whoa.
I hate that more when I don't have some shit like I'm like, well, where the fuck we going then? What are we doing?
Crazy,
you know what I'm saying? It's a trip, bro. It's honestly like the craziest thing ever. But
I hate that it's pending, but I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that I got to do some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking funny.
I know, man. It's a fucking trip, bro.
That's hilarious.
But I know, man. It's a fucking trip, man. God damn.
Someone, baby. Yo, this monster kicked in already, though. I'm ready to talk.
But
barely?
Nah, we live.
But what I meant was the reason you guys have that good feedback right off the jump is because of authenticity you guys bring.
Yeah.
You're not trying to front here and say like, oh, this and that. Nah, you guys are just talking about real shit, just talking about your lives, about other people's lives that you have on.
Yeah.
And you're just really just coming from a different perspective to bring it all together.
Yeah.
To where everybody listening, they're like, oh, you know, like what Rob said, I fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
What Evo said, like, I get that shit 100%.
It's definitely cool, like, relating with people, too, though. Like, that's another fucking side.
Yeah.
That's just dope.
Like,
Yeah,
the whole,
dude.
like, it's like another side. I'm like, damn, dog. Like, people are actually almost the same.
Yeah.
Could be the same.
Or
if
been
that-
through the same shit.
Yeah,
A
you
lot
know?
of people.
That's what's crazy.
You
We're
know?
not alone.
Like, exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
about to say,
for
dog.
real,
Like, we
for
really ain't
real.
alone, dog.
And you know what's even crazier too is like I've said it before, but like it's like the platform. It's like a perfect opportunity to not only like get to know people that you like, you know, because you know how it is too. Like even you know Javier said it best too. Like in the construction field, everybody just be come through. Oh, finally they made it. Here we go. Hey,
We
what's
out here
up?
now.
How's it going?
10:30 and shit.
That's Janine, Michaela. This is everybody. Hey, there's beer. There's beer in the fridge if you guys want some.
No, they got to get in with the shots, bro.
Yeah, you guys got to catch up.
Now.
Get
to work.
What I was saying is like it was a trip, bro. Is like, you know, I've said it before. Javier said it best too. Like in the construction world, there's that machismo shit, right?
Oh,
yeah.
You got to keep it cool. You got to be, you know. I know you guys are cool as fuck. Like,
oh, yeah, we're fucking
I was just talking to my dad last weekend about the culture of inspectors. Everybody backstabs each other in that shit.
Oh, shit.
I think that's why I don't get along with. Cause I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I can't. And
Why?
I don't, dog. I don't know if they never came from like a construction background. I don't know if they just start in that. But you got to understand, like, if you're book smart and you get there, it's like you're book smart your whole life. You know, you ain't really like in the streets, or you don't really know about character and shit like that. You know, I don't know what it is, dude. But see, my dad said when he went from ironworking, he's like, the only thing you got in construction when he was an ironworker is your word. That's it. So he's like, if someone told you something as an ironworker, like, you believed it, and they always came through no matter what. You know what I'm saying? He's like, so when he went into inspection, motherfuckers were telling on him. He was chasing them out of trailers and shit, fighting fools. Yeah. Because he ain't used to that culture. But see, I'm not either, and it's like, it's been difficult. I mean, I've been in this shit for 7 years, and it's been difficult for me to adjust. But what I was trying to say is, like, the platform, it's like it creates this weird thing where, like, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to get to know each other the way we do without this platform.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that crazy as fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it. You know,
That's
like
what I'm saying, dude. Like everybody we interview, dog. Like we all got a good click with everybody.
Yeah.
Especially me, dog. Like I mean, a lot of motherfucking people, dude. So
and like what's crazy
tight.
is like
Fucking
I've
tight.
known this motherfucker for like what?
like over. It's probably 10 years.
Yeah,
probably.
and I say in this last year since we started this shit is when we've been getting known. Like I'm really getting to know this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like what's
Yeah.
crazy too is like even my pops was even like I feel like I'm getting to know my son more through the podcast than like when I live with him.
listens.
Yeah. It's a
That's tight.
trip,
Shout
man.
out
You
to
know.
Pops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
want him to
sure.
come on. You know what I mean?
cool.
I want him to come on.
I haven't
here,
even
you
had
know?
a full ass hour with your pops.
That's
I know
cool.
maybe one day
Yeah,
he'll come
no.
through. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hell yeah, enlighten me.
But all I'm saying is like, it's like otherwise all the shit that I got to say and I got to share with people here and here and here, like this, like we wouldn't be having the conversations of like bettering ourselves otherwise.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So like it's cool that we were able to bring this, you know, this platform and like I mean, not only do people can relate and maybe people can learn, but like we're also getting to know each other like more than ever and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's more on a genuine kind of tip.
Yeah.
So that it informs the other viewers to where we're really coming from, because you're not really going to let people know if you're trying to beat around the bush.
Yeah.
And you're trying to hide shit. Nah, we're just trying to have a good conversation, because that's all it is, you know?
Exactly. And what's crazy is like I saw this little snippet of like Bobby Hundreds. He's a creator of Hundreds. Right? Oh, you for sure know who he is.
Yeah.
And so I follow him, and he was recently on this podcast, and they had like this clip on his Instagram. He's talking about how because of the quarantine, he gotten to know more about his kids and his wife than ever before.
Oh, shit,
you know what I mean? Because there's more dialogue, there's more talking, and then he said even within his friend circle and like in his workspace, he's gotten to know everybody a lot more than he normally has. And basically, what he was saying is like we have everything we need, we have more than enough. And it's like, stop looking for more friends. Stop looking for more chicks. Stop looking for more this and that.
That's the LA mindset. LA mindset is the bigger, better deal. You're always looking for that next best thing.
Right.
And you're not really just sitting down and chilling.
Fucking shit.
Because I listened to maybe 4
You're right about that. You're right.
I maybe listened to like 4 or 5 podcasts, and they all said the same thing you touched on.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know my family until this shit happened.
That's crazy.
And so it's kind of a curse and a blessing if you want to look at it like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a blessing over here.
You know?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. With the quarantine, they sat me down for 2 weeks. So if I really didn't have my inner peace to hold me down and really get on my business shit, I would have fucking lost it.
Right.
Because like him, I was just sitting at home.
Losing weight.
Shit, trying. I was hitting the trail more. I was hiking more, biking more, fucking. But a lot of people were just noticing how the person we even live with, the person we sleep with, we're learning more about them during this quarantine than any other time.
Yeah.
I hope everybody that if you're listening, you really take advantage of the ones you have around you.
Absolutely. I mean, and like most people know, because I've said it on here before, it's like I've gotten close to my parents. They've gotten better. And also it's like I've gotten closer to my friends. Things have, like, you know, the relationships with my friends have gotten better too and grown. And it's like, shit. What I was about to say, just like, but
hey, I love you too. All right, dog. I love you too.
But because even without this shit, if you weren't doing this shit. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so what I was going to say is that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, literally, without the quarantine, I would have started the podcast. I wouldn't have. It got that far in a dark place for me that, like, I had to see, like, you got to do this and see where it goes because you don't have no other options.
Yeah, I would have to bring it up to this guy, like, yo, what's up? You try to start it this month, or what's going on?
Literally, you know, and that's what I'm saying. This wouldn't have started if it wasn't for that. You know, it wouldn't, and you know, the relationships wouldn't have grown without that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have grown without it. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have just been doing the same shit, whatever I was doing, and never would have like started it. So it's definitely, like I said, a blessing for me. And like you said, like we all said and agreed with, like, you know, it's a good opportunity to get close with everybody that in our circle. You know,
my brother fucking. He had got this pit bull when, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he recently told me this dog has heart cancer, fucking throat cancer. Damn. And I grew up with this dog also. Knowing. And it's like, it really slaps you in the face when it's just too late sometimes. Not the dog and shit, but we are that dog sooner or later.
Right.
And if we don't take advantage of what we got right now, like, what are we doing?
Dead ass. Yo, dead ass. That's crazy, bro.
It's a trip, dog.
That is a trip, man.
Hey, that's how it is.
Yup.
That's what it is.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. We got an hour, pushing an hour right here.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God, dog. Yeah.
The time is like faster.
Shit flies. Yeah, dog. We like 57 right here.
Oh, that's cool. It's cool. We got another business to handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a good little freestyle one, though.
That was, dude. And honestly, bro, it's always good when you come on, dog. You know what I mean? We like it. You know what I mean? It's a little wisdom on it. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dog.
Like I've told both you motherfuckers before, I love kicking with you motherfuckers because it's just that same mindset. We're just trying to, like, we're trying to improve ourselves, because if you're not improving, you're losing.
Yo, facts.
You're sitting there. motherfuckers on what is that shit? TikTok?
Yeah, whatever, everything.
TikTok, and I'm just like, how could you fill your mind with so much garbage all fucking day long? You could be doing some productive shit like this. Read a book, motherfucker. Read books.
Educate yourself.
Watch the podcast, motherfuckers. With that being said, you guys like the video, subscribe, share with your friends, comment, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Peace.
Oh! Hell yeah. Look, the ears are losing weight, my fucking tail. All day, baby. So good.